Oh wow, this is exactly what we were looking for. This is everything we've heard about Argentinian food. Look at this. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the channel. I am Trevor and this is Anna. We are the Delightful Travelers. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and the little bell to follow along on our adventures.
And if you have been following along already, you probably know that we are in Mendoza. Right now we're outside of the city and we're in this cute little town full of restaurants. So what better place to try Argentinian food? So I'm sure I'm totally going to butcher the name, but the name of the town is something like Chacras de Coria. We'll put it up on the screen just so you can actually see what it says. It's about 25 minutes from the city of Mendoza, and it's in a central wine region.
So the first place we're going to try today is a cute little place called Jebb's, which has been recommended to us by a local, and there's one specific dish that we're looking to try at this place. So what you're looking at right here is called Milanesa, and this is one of the most popular dishes here in Argentina. Now the name, it's inspired from Italy. Milan is in the name, and what it basically is, this is veal specifically, but it's pounded out meat, and it's also breaded, and then it's fried. Of course, it comes with some papa fritas as well, so I think it's gonna be really good. All right, I'm gonna just cut right into this here. It feels like it's going to be like chewy, just based off how tricky it is to cut. But let's give it a go. Oh wow, that is tasty. Not gonna lie, the first thing I noticed is the crunch. It doesn't look very deep fried, but I noticed that right away. It's very crunchy, and the meat inside is tender. It's not what I thought when I was cutting it, so it's very good. With the cheese and the little chunks of bacon and green onions, it just rounds everything out.
So if you guys are wondering why I'm not trying the food right now, it's because I'm not a big beef fan. I haven't actually eaten much of it in years. Maybe I'll change that sometime soon, but I will be trying stuff later, so don't worry. For now, I'm gonna stick with the papa fritas or the French fries. They're nice and big and chunky. Put some ketchup on there. So they're nice and crispy on the outside and then really tender on the inside because they are so big.
So I'm doing pretty well over here, in case you are wondering. The more I get into this, the more I like it. The cheese is really good. I don't think I talked about that enough. It's like very sharp and it just balances out the meat itself. And the little chunks of bacon are just a delight. And you put those green onions on there with the crispy outside of the veal and it's just soft on the inside. It's very, very good. I will at some point have to compare it to the Napolitana though, I think. All right, that was absolutely delicious. The only thing is, it was very grande. It was very, very big. I had a very hard time eating it all. Now I'm kind of wondering how I'm going to eat throughout the rest of the day.
You're gonna have to do it. No choice.
I know, I know.
But next up is something that we actually tried in Santiago, and we also Instagram storied it, which is, by the way, how you kind of keep up with us like in the minute. But it's maybe the most controversial thing we've ever done on Instagram. Oddly enough, you don't think of Instagram as being controversial, but this was controversial.
Let's see what it is.
So we actually tried these in Chile. They're a little cookie called Alfajores. These look a little different, but we'll try them in a second. So when we were in Chile and we tried these, we got a little bit reamed on Instagram because everyone from Argentina claimed that it's an Argentinian food, not Chilean. We're not going to take sides. If you guys want to talk about it in the comments, that's up to you. We're not food historians.
This
here,
one
so.
looks a little different, I have to say.
Yeah, so we went into a bakery
small.
and we asked for an Alfajores, and she said this is what they have. When we had it in Chile, it was a much bigger cookie. Traditionally, they have 2 cookies on either side, and then it's full of. Do you say dulce de leche or dulce de leche?
One of the two.
Maybe you guys can let us know which was the right pronunciation. This one's covered in chocolate as well.
Is it good? It looks really good. Are you going to save some for me?
Okay, I'm sorry, I don't know how traditional this one actually is, but not to harp on the Chilean one, but this one blows it out of the water. It's so good. So I think it's a little bit of a chocolate cookie, it looks like, on either side, and then there's a little bit less of the dulce de leche. It's just kind of like a thin layer in the middle, and then it's covered in chocolate. So I love chocolate. This is like chocolatey, caramelly goodness. Oh yeah. So a few hours have passed. It's the evening now. We're actually I think it's like 8:30, which is kind of late for us to eat, but it's early here, so we're kind of one of the first ones here. But anyway, we were passing by this place and knew we had to come in. If you think of Argentinian food, you probably think of like steaks and meat. It's called asado or parrilla, I believe, and it means like meats cooked over a fire grill. There's like charcoal fire, like all that delicious barbecue stuff happening here. We also have wine. It comes from a tap. How
I can't
cool is
wait
that?
to try the wine.
I got a Malbec, but can I have Malbec on tap at my house?
Yeah, like, so guys, take a look behind Anna here. There are wine taps back there. How cool is that?
Amazing.
How is the Malbec, by the way?
It's delicious. As if you've been following along, we are in Malbec country, so I had to get a Malbec, and it's juicy and delicious.
Our starter has arrived, and this is called Provoletta, and this is very traditional. Basically, it's provolone cheese is baked over a fire, and it is in a skillet. And it looks like it's going to be very good. There's also on top of this, I believe, is oregano. And oh wow, guys, this looks so good. I can't wait to dive into it. So I'm gonna just take my fork into this. We're not sure the proper way to eat it. You guys can definitely let us know, but this seems like what you're supposed to do. Now I got some of this on the bread. Looks extremely good. It's toasted, charred over the fire as well. Oh, I wish you guys could smell this. Whew. Caliente. Wow. So it is very crispy on the top, and in the inside it is really gooey. So interesting. I find provolone cheese to be one of the lesser interesting cheeses that Anna and I normally eat. It's not very exciting when we just have it at home. This is so good with that oregano and cooked over the fire. I think it makes a difference. And the bread. I don't know if you guys can see how charred that bread is. Like, it is cooked to perfection. What a little starter this is. Like, I can't wait for you to try this one. You're gonna have to try. It is so good. So I ordered off the Parrilla menu, and I know I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, but what I've been told is I'm gonna get a few different things. So an empanada just arrived at the table. I'm gonna show you that in a second. There's going to be, I believe, some carne. I think I have a sausage coming, maybe a chorizo sausage. So it's basically a bunch of different things that are cooked over the grill back there. So I'm very excited about all this. It's very fun to experience this with all locals. Again, I'm pretty sure we're the only English speakers here. Our Spanish is very chica. I don't even know if that means little, but we don't speak a lot of Spanish. But let's see what this empanada is all about. So I'm just gonna cut right into it, guys. And it is definitely carne in there. Oh, that smells divine. Let me get this. Let me try this for you, and I'll tell you what it's all about. I don't know what it is. I mean, there's something about cooking on an open flame outside that makes everything better. We've had so many empanadas so far in South America. If you're following along, you probably realize that. This is exceptional. And I don't know how they make this, like how the meat is produced, if it's cooked slow over time, but it is so creamy and savory on the inside. It's very flavorful. And the outside, because of that fire, makes it like that crispy goodness that we like. And it's very, there's some burn marks on there as well that to Anna and I, we always love that stuff. So far, we're off to a good start. Very curious about what's coming up next. All right, guys, we got more food. Look at this little medley of vegetables. We're gonna get into that soon. But over on my plate, I asked for to get all the different things. So I'm gonna start with this chorizo sausage. Oh, that looks so good. Look at that. Oh, it's so glistening and juicy looking. Fork went through it easily, knife went through it easily.
I don't really know what chorizo is made of. Maybe it's different in different places. It's very light looking, so I don't think it's beef. But if it is, don't tell me and I'll just pretend it's not.
I'm pretty sure you're gonna like it either way.
Wow.
We got a lot more to get into here.
But this is totally different than any chorizo I've ever had.
Guys, there's another sausage on the plate though. This is a blood sausage. And that always scares me. Well, it scares me a lot because it's called blood. I don't know what's in it, honestly. So this is the part where we can't read the Spanish menu. So we'll look it up afterwards. But you guys can let us know what is in a blood sausage. Okay, here we go. Oh wow, is that ever different? That is like something I've never had before. First of all, the meat in the inside is very, very creamy. In the outer layer is really crispy. It's very hard, and they almost fall apart. Like the minute I bite through it, it's almost like the skin goes one way and the creaminess goes the other way. Very meaty, very hearty. I don't know what's in there. I don't think there's innards. Again, someone can let us know, but it's really good. It wouldn't be my go-to. I like chorizo a little more because it's a little easier to eat, but it's pretty good, I have to say.
We did not get potatoes as a side. I know that's a pretty traditional one, but we had them earlier today, so we decided to go for some grilled veggies. There's so many in here, I don't even know what to get. I think I've got some green pepper and something squash, something like that.
It looks really good. It's going to be refreshing because we've had papa fritas or French fries pretty much every day so far. We've been here for a while.
These are really good, really simple. They're probably done in some olive oil, I think. Really simple grilled veggies. It's nice and fresh. The olive oil is great. It's probably local olive oil. I'm definitely liking this one. It's nice and easy to eat because we have a lot of meat here. All right, guys, so it might sound boring, but I went for the chicken. I got, I think, a breast. And the option was to do it with lemon or chimichurri. So I think they marinated in that. I went with the chimichurri, but I also got chimichurri on the side because it's like the quintessential dipping sauce here in Argentina, and I had to try it for itself. I think it's made with a lot of garlic and olive oil and a bunch of spices, so we have to give it a go.
And I have to say, while you're going to be chowing down on this, there's a lot of chicken on that grill back there. So clearly a lot of Argentinians are into pollo or pollo. So it's a big thing. It's not just carne. How's that though? Amazing.
So we have the skin, which is a little bit crispy, and it's got all the flavor in it. It's so good, but the chicken itself is so tender. It's perfect, and then you dip it in that sauce, which isn't it's not spicy by any means, but it's got a ton of flavor. Tons of flavor. It's delicious. The two of them together is perfection. I'm in love with this. It's so good. Before I was thinking the cheese might have been my favorite, but I don't know. This is a competitor.
Guys, we have so much meat over here. There's so much food on the table. I don't think we can go through everything. And these little 3 pieces, that's just a portion of it. We have a whole other plate that way. But I will try this right now. So this is some carne, which there's so much of that on that open flame over there. Look at that. So carne, yes, so steak, sorry. I'm using my bad Spanish to say carne, meat, whatever. But yeah, this is steak. This is delicious. It's all delicious. Everything we're having is delicious. The meat is maybe a little more well done than I usually like. I'm usually a medium and rare type of guy, but from what I gather so far, most of the meat that we've had here in Argentina is a little on the medium to medium well done side. And there's lots of people that like that too. I kind of go the other way. This is really good. It's full of flavor, and I've had a few different cuts so far, and everything, honestly, everything is delicious. And just the smell, I don't know if we're just downwind from the grill or not, but this smells so good in here, and the food is so good. Oh wait, there's more. So now I've put a few more things on my plate that are meat-based. So right here, they brought this out. This is a pork rib. Oh my. Oh. This is the most flavor yet. Oh. You got that glistening, juicy skin and the fat, of course. That makes it just punches you in the mouth with flavor. And the meat, on this one's totally different. Obviously pork and meat are very different, but the pork is very slow cooked over time. We've been walking by this place a few days now with some anticipation to come in here, and we always see meat being cooked, and I do wonder if it's just cooked very slowly over time. That might be my favorite, but guess what? There's one more thing on the plate. So if we come down here, this, I believe, now, I think we got a beef rib here, and as you can probably tell from cutting, I'm gonna take a big old bite. There's lots of fat on this. It's very tender. It's going. My knife and fork is going through this really easy. And this smells like it might be the best yet. Oh my. I am blown away right now. I cannot get over the food here in Argentina. This is delicious. That's the best yet. Actually, both the ribs have been the best yet. And I didn't expect that. Straight up didn't expect that. That might be cooked even slower. I've never had meat that just like fell apart like that in my mouth. And that fatty goodness. Normally I would dance around the fat, but for the video today, I'm going to like be trying it all. It's delicious. The meat is same story as the last one. The meat is very tender. There's some burnt charcoalness on the outside, and the fat and just the glistening overall. Everything is just really good. And then you get the barbecue and the charcoal burn marks. I don't know. Argentina, you guys know how to do meat. That's all I can say. Guys, what a day here in Argentina. Talk about kicking off a food tour. So to recap, we started at Jebb's. We tried some of that Milanese. That was pretty good. You didn't have that one, but
the French fries were good.
The French fries are good. What about the Alfajores?
Oh, really good. Oh my God. I could eat like 20 of those.
But the question is, were they as good as the Chilean?
It's hard to compare because they were totally different, but they were way better.
Yeah, I know. Maybe, we're chocolate fans and they were coated in chocolate. So that might be why, but you guys let us know what you think in the comments. And then, well, this was the cream of the crop today, the asado, this barbecue cookout, whatever the proper terminology is. I'm not entirely sure, but wow. So good, right?
Some of the best meat you've had in a while, I'm guessing?
Yeah. Coming into this, I wasn't sure how it was going to go, but the ribs at the end, I'm sure you guys can tell by the expressions on my face. Like, it was just delicious. Sometimes my father is a very big meat eater, and so is my mom, but my dad loves this kind of stuff, and I wish he could be here with me right now because it was so good.
Yeah, if you're like a meat and potatoes person, this country was made for you.
Yeah, but you know what? The showstopper of that last dish may have been, honestly, the cheese.
The cheese was so amazing. Oh my goodness.
I know.
Yeah,
so I think it's, Argentina so far has been pretty good, and the food has been, it's been treating us right. So, now, if you haven't watched the last video yet, we were trying some wine.
The wine.
Yeah, so we
staying in a really beautiful hotel, a wine hotel. Yeah, it was really fabulous. So you should go back and watch that.
We split the time between basically a hotel and a winery. So go check that out. And in our next video, we think we're gonna hang out in Mendoza in the city.
Yeah, I think maybe we'll check out. We haven't seen the city yet, so I think we should go check that out.
Yeah, we're very, very, very excited to explore the city. I'm sure we'll try some more wine. I know there's a square and there's lots of things to do in Mendoza, so we'll do that.
Yeah, there's like some parks and things.
Yeah, as well. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. So Argentina so far has been great, and we got a lot more to go yet.
All right, guys, that's it.
From Mendoza, wishing you delightful travels.
See you soon.